Okay, so that was I Want It. What do you think about this one, Dom?
Um, jeez,
Oh,
where
first of all,
where
have you
where
heard
do
this
I?
before?
Yes.
No, okay.
This is probably my favorite leak out of all of them. Um,
Mhm.
it's one of those songs where it's like I don't want to say it's a happy vibe, but he's singing about something that does make him happy because he's singing about his girlfriend Allie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I have like 11 songs saved where he's singing about her because when he does that, he's just on a different level of amazing because it's singing about something he's passionate about and something that he loves, which is if you hear his music is completely different from what he normally had put out because it's normally sad, it's depressed, he has a broken heart, but when he sings about Ali, it's just you just can feel the energy from it, and that's why it's so high on my list of like favorite types of Juice World flows, like number one. This song is a banger. I'm not even gonna get a rating because it doesn't fit on the 10 out of 10 scale. The 1 out of 10
I
scale, it's beyond that.
My
All right.
bad. Okay, so right off the bat, I was pretty pissed off because it was a Bud Light commercial at the very beginning, and I hate Bud Light commercials, man. I see them all the time now, and they just will not go away. And I'm like, oh, dude, this Juice WRLD song better be really good, dude, because it really irritates me. But yeah, dude, it was, oh my gosh, it was perfect, 10 out of 10, and his vocals were very smooth on that song, and overall writing was great as well. I love how he's talking about his girlfriend here. It's always cool to see that because we know how much he actually loves her and stuff. It's not like a lot of other most rappers where they just like talk about the one night thing with like seven other girls, dude, like a threesome orgy. You don't see that
Well, to be
a
fair, I
lot
think
with
he used to do that until he kind of found her. Like,
I mean, yeah, dude. You can't really say. You can't be like, oh no, he didn't. But in this case, you don't see a lot of rappers just talking about one girl, one main girl for a little while, like he has been.
mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm saying. And I
Yeah.
really like that about Juice World because I mean, you don't see that very often in the rap world. It's always about the hoes and the whores and all that. So that's really what it is. But I mean, I love how he did this here. I love how he did this, and in the form is a little bit um it is a little bit original in our generation nowadays, and rap has always kind of been about the girls, especially about the girls. Um, in this case, you don't see it very often, so I'm glad I saw this. And
For
overall,
sure.
the beat was great as well. So 10 out of 10.
Joseph?
Yeah.
This might have been maybe the first leak that I have ever found from Juice. When I was getting more into
Yeah.
his lick stuff, and I love this song. This song's leaked is actually called "Water" instead of "I Want It." So that's interesting.
Mhm.
I've loved this song since day one. I've loved the vocals, like Luke was saying, smooth. Um, Great song, definitely 10 for 10. So Halsey did the outro. I
Ah.
didn't,
Yeah, I thought so. I
which
thought
was
so on
which
the
was
rant.
really interesting. That is not in the leaked. So that was really cool that her vocals blended very well in the background on
Yeah.
this, and it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. Definitely added on to that level of ambiance and that next level of just kind of getting more into that sad tone now. And I definitely feel this is starting to get me into like my sad feels, and I'm like, okay, it's getting towards that kind of that decline stage. So I'm like, all right, if I'm crying, if I'm going down with the ship, then I'm going down.
So
So we'll see.
Yeah, Joseph, for sure, bro. I didn't even catch the Halsey part at the end until you said it because I was so in the vibe with the rest of the song. And then once you said that, I was like,
Bro,
oh,
it fit perfect.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
I was like, who is that? But yeah, no, I love that part. You know, I might be totally unfactual saying this, but for me at least, have not heard many songs with Juice doing these really smooth vocals like this. I mean, in this form with the the reverb, the spaciness of it when when the beat is like that and his vocals like to this level, like yeah, it was really good. Love the reverb atmosphere,
yeah,
like I said. Um, I love the ooze. It's kind of something I haven't really heard that much.
dudes, yeah, for
And
sure.
I said the girls'
For sure.
vocals were beautiful, bro. They're majestic.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I wouldn't be surprised if because it sounds like to me, I don't know, but assuming that Halsey recorded on Life Is a Mess after he died, so he probably recorded this the same studio session. So,
Yeah, probably.
yeah. So for me, it gets a 10 out of 10 for sure. And
Yeah.
uh,
One thing I
forgot
wanted
what.
to add real
Mhm.
quick. It's really cool to see this interaction between him and Halsey, because I feel like their vocal textures really match and really complement one another, even though normally they don't really sing together. Overall style, it really mixes, and man, I'm telling you, we know Sean's touched by this music, dude, because he's vibing out. He's vibed out so hard he woke up his mom, dude. Vibed out so hard he woke up his mom, dude. Not even I vibe out that hard, dude.
Bro, and
Honestly, it's great to see that.
yeah, and it's finally, finally, what I forgot what I was gonna say, bro. Post on this, bro. Post would have killed this, bro. Post would have
Yeah,
killed this with some
he
light.
He
would
wouldn't
have
have
killed it, man.
What, Dom?
I would never put a feature on this song besides
I know,
Halsey with the
but
little
I know,
background
I agree.
vocals.
But if there
You know
was
what?
be a
Yeah, I
feature,
retract that.
post.
I retract that.
No, I
And
would
what
never in a million years, like, not even think about putting a
Oh,
feature
dude.
on.
all right, and what
This
and
is
what
such a personal song. In
and
order
what I
to
yeah
do
what
that.
what I said what in my life as a mess review, kind
Yeah,
of pertaining to their vocals together. I feel like the textures, no, they don't sound similar, but I feel like, because they were saying the Life Is a Mess chorus together, I felt like Halsey was doing the bright part of it, and then Juice was doing like the melodramatic part of it, and it like just mixed together so well. But next song, Fighting Demons. I am excited for this one, specifically for the name. Is this Elite, guys? Based off of the name?
Is it Dom?
I didn't see it.
No,
I don't feel
I
like I
don't
saw
think
it.
so.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think
Yeah,
so.
I don't think so.
So hopefully not. Fighting Demons. Oh, and my friend actually texted me that this was the best song.
And I'm not the same to make me happy. I got a couple questions. How come that shit don't ever make me happy? Yeah, I run away in fear of me dying.
Okay, so that was Fighting Demons. Joseph, what do you think about this one?
So we said it wasn't the league. It was. It's called Runway. I heard this one once. It's a good song. It's a good song. This might be one where I'm kind of gonna go back and forth on it. I don't know if it'll stay on the playlist. I might listen to it a couple more times. Definitely a good song. Very, very well done. I like the pre-chorus, just the way they layered the vocals on that, kind of made it very nice and very cool. I liked it on that. Nothing special, too special about the lyrics. I like the chorus. I run away. Very, very cool, very nice. This is just a great Juice WRLD song. Just overall, it's just everything's kind of there, kind of mediocre, beat and everything, but like it's still good. It's still good. So we'll see if this stays on the playlist or not. This is the first song where I'm kind of like about. So we'll see. I'm interested to see what you guys think.
Yeah, the pre-chorus part where the vocals are stacked, the harmonies and all of that, and it's just piano and his voice. That was because y'all know that's the kind of crap that I myself, when I'm able to achieve, that really clear, smooth I'm like, oh my gosh, I just did that. And when he does it, it's the same kind of feeling, like, bro, that's insane. Yeah, no, I really like that part. Yeah, I mean, besides that, it is pretty generic. No, not generic, because all these are to a point. It's pretty it's like pretty okay, is what I'm trying to say. Beat, yeah, I like it. The piano, I believe it's a Rhodes piano. My boy Nick Mirror, he made that. You already know. I could just tell by the beat that Nick Mirror made it. But yeah, chorus not super catchy. I like how he's saying, literally all the fighting demon stuff. Like, I thought that was sick and all of that. So yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10. What do you think, Luke?
With this song, I would say probably a 7 out of 10. I was not really at the very beginning, like the first 30 seconds of it. His vocal really reminded me of Travis Scott a little bit, like a mix of him and Travis Scott. I don't know why. I kind of got that vibe a little bit. And then after that, it turned into Juice. But I don't know. I'm like, oh shoot, Travis Scott. Oh wait, that's not Travis Scott. I like how he's getting more personal, despite how personal he's getting. I like how he's doing that in his songs. I give this 7 out of 10. Beat was great. Songs were pretty. Lyrics were pretty generic, but I really did like the song. So 7 out of 10.
All right, Dom.
Um, Probably like an 8 out of 10 for me. I've definitely heard this one before, and I've listened to it a decent amount. There's a couple things in here that I don't remember in the leaked version. I'll get to the one in particular in a second. The beat was fire. It's obviously a Nick beat. You can just tell by the way the piano is.
He's our bro.
Yeah, yeah, you can just tell by the way the piano is and how the beat's structured. It's a Nick beat. Um, the chorus is pretty good. I always love when Juice does the thing where he'll like say a bar and then he'll take the same word from the last bar and then start the next bar with that word. It's just kind of a cool different way to write for sure.
For sure.
The part that I don't remember being in the leak was when the beat kind of drops out when he starts singing, and it was I think it was "Take My Hand" like that when he said that. That part hit me heavy, not gonna lie, and I don't remember that in the leak for sure, but that part just hit me heavy. These last two songs have hit heavy, but for sure a decent song. Still not bad. Not my favorite one yet. It's not gonna top one it, but I'll definitely give it more listens for sure.
Like an anthill, drugs killing me softly, Lauryn Hill. Drugs killing me softly, Lauryn Hill. Sometimes I don't know how to feel.
So first thing I have to say about this song, I like how he's pushing his range a little bit more. I like how he's going into his higher range, and whenever he talks about death, it always kind of brings an emotional feeling because I feel like he knew. I feel like he knew his time was coming here pretty soon when he was writing these songs, because just about every song he wrote has really talked about death in the past year and a half, 2 years. A lot of the songs he's written have really talked about death. I feel like he was really in that stage where he knew it was going to happen. He knew eventually it was going to happen, as he talks about in the song here and multiple other songs that we've listened to. A lot of other songs from Juice World. You're like, if I don't get off the pills, I'm gonna die here pretty soon. And really, in reality, that's what happened. It's what happened, and I feel like he knew eventually, pretty soon he would die, and it always kind of brings an emotional feeling. With this song, and I give it a 9 out of 10. Beat was great. Lyrics were generic, but you know what? It reaches to a lot of the crowd, and I like that. I like how he's still reaching to that crowd. That's what I love about Juice World. He really reaches to the emo crowd and really tries to encourage them and shares struggles with them. And I love how he does that. And yeah, it's really cool to see. 10 out of 10, I'd say.
Joseph.
This was a leaked, but I didn't hear this fully. Like Luke was saying to his point, Luke, if you think this song is talking about death, just wait until we listen to "Can't Die." You're gonna freak out.
Yeah, probably.
The second verse, I swear, if it wasn't for the pills, I wouldn't be here. But if I kept taking these pills, I won't be here. I stopped. The last part of the verse, I stopped taking the drugs. Now the drugs take me.
It's a tough verse, man. It's a very tough verse to hear, because
Gosh.
it's the struggle with a lot of different people, a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's just so prevalent because of just how he went out, and it's so sad. But this song is sorry, I got off topic. The song definitely staying on the playlist. Really good. Just the lyrics hit something else, and we're on that decline of this emotional roller coaster, my boys, and it's getting tough. I'm feeling it. I'm just hearing these lyrics, and just even though it might be an up tempo song, like this one, but
just wait till we get a down tempo,
just,
bro.
Yeah, just wait. Yeah, just listening to it, and it's crazy. It's just crazy what I'm hearing, and then what happened, and it just makes me sad. So, but song was good overall. Definitely staying. I liked it.
Dom.
Yeah.
Ooh, those two bars that Joseph brought up, there's actually like 4 bars. That second one is crazy because that's literally what happened. He stopped doing drugs and all this, and then we just hear like out of nowhere it just happens. And when that second verse came up, my heart just got heavy real quick. Like Emotional roller coaster for sure. That song is it's different. It hits super hard on you and super heavy, and on a lot of people. I know I've struggled with my share of, you know, being hard on myself, and it can lead to other stuff. So I've definitely been down that road. I've never taken drugs or anything, but I've definitely been down that road where it gets tough and it's not easy. So not only did it hit me on an emotional level, it hit me on a mental level too. So definitely 10 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. For me, y'all talking about the lyrics, and I'll get the lyrics in a second. But musically wise, it was actually pretty sick too. Thought the chorus was pretty good. The piano was like, bro, I loved the piano. Um, yeah, dude. Verse one and verse two are both insane. Now, verse one, excuse me. Dude, ring ring phone call from a depression. Use my past and memories as a weapon. That's literally how sadness works, and excuse me, depression and stuff like that. Like, bro, literally, when I've been down before, like, I'm not thinking about the present or the future. I'm thinking about the past. Like, oh, like I suck as a person because of this. I mean,
Yeah.
bro, so factual. And then obviously, the chorus, I can't breathe, waiting for the exhale, like, and him in verse two, like, bro, if it wasn't for the pills, I wouldn't be here, because that's how I cope during the hard times, right? But if I keep taking the pills, right, I won't be here. I stopped taking the drugs, now the drugs take me. Like, his emotions and stuff he's going through now is killing him almost as much as the drugs did. It's, and then post-chorus or pre-chorus, this is the part where I tell you I'm fine, but I'm lying. Bro, it's so factual. It's whenever people say they're fine, they're usually not fine, it's crazy. 10 out of 10 for me. Like, this, yeah, definitely the most sad song so far. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, real quick thing I wanted to add.
Yeah.
This is definitely a great song to hear during these times, quarantine, coronavirus. Wait, hold on a second, Sean. You're going to cut this part out. Hold on a second. Right back.
Everyone take 5.
Bro, I want to get some ice cream, bro. We like halfway through.
What? No, we're more than that.
Yeah.
Dang, we
Juice
still
Elite?
got so we have 7 tracks left, and 2 of them are interludes. All right, bet.
Screw Juice League?
Dude. Okay, so I don't think so. Up and Away, you guys are gonna freaking love.
We've
and
heard
Can't
that.
Die.
We did a review of that, remember?
No,
Bro,
we guys didn't do Up and Away. Oh, did we? We might have.
yeah, so Man of the Year, right? It leaked like 2 days ago, but it's not a long time.
Sorry.
It's just
It's been out for a while.
Stay High leak.
Someone shit their pants at my door, so I had to.
What?
It's the greatest sentence I've heard all day.
Honestly.
All right, and next song, frickin' Screw Juice.
I'm the car.
All right, so that was Screw Juice. I'll go first on this one. Yeah, bro. Okay, again with the lyrics. I'm not gonna lie. Catchiness wise, well, I wasn't feeling it, too much, but certain songs are made for certain things, right? Yeah, but bro, what he's talking about, like, first of all, Juice. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if he's talking about like he's the problem when it comes to him like hurting other people, or he's the problem when it comes to him like beating up himself or whatever. I don't know. There's like 2 ways you can look at it, but
It's like both.
homie,
Yeah, I'd say so too.
the amount of people you inspired, bro. Don't screw Juice, bro. Nah, you're chilling. Like, the amount of people you inspired. Like,
I mean,
honestly,
dude.
yeah, no. Well, no, like nobody's
At the same
perfect.
time,
Yeah. Hmm.
You also got to acknowledge there are definitely people that's in the music business that you have to I don't know, kind of let go of. I mean, certain people want to go on the adventure with you, and sometimes you got to say no. 'Cause it's your journey sometimes, and other times it could be very hard to keep friends in the music world, and because you're really focusing on yourself and promoting yourself, and sometimes it could be um a little bit of a problem with other artists, and yeah, sometimes the music world can be very tough. Traveling can be very tough. I would know because my dad, for a while, he was in a band as well, and I've seen a lot of band interviews, and it's very hard for them to just travel on the road all the time. And for Juice,
Well,
I'm sure he had the same struggles as well. So that's probably why I made this song.
what's it more? I actually would disagree. I would say I don't think he's talking about like the struggles of fame or whatever. I'd say he's like talking in
I mean,
my
I wasn't
opinion.
saying.
Mm.
I wasn't saying that. I mean, like I'm talking about like relationships on the road because on the road, the music road, it's really hard to maintain. Like a lot of guys who are married who are on the road have a lot of hard times communicating with their wives and stuff, which is why divorce can be a very likely case a lot of the time for artists who
So
are touring constantly.
so you think he's talking about like he's the problem why the relationship isn't doing too well or whatever? I don't know. Whatever, bro.
It could
Whatever.
be,
Yeah.
yeah, part of it, yeah,
Whatever. The lyrics were dope. In my opinion, I think he was basically saying like I'm the problem why things aren't going to.
yeah,
Every day my
yeah.
heart racing, no reason. What does it come to? A lot of people turn their back on me. What have I turned to? Or sorry, not in that specific lyric, but in one of the lyrics she says basically, people turn their back. What have I turned to? It's true. You could be your greatest enemy sometimes. You can be the problem. I mean, so definitely cool. Made this. I give this 8.5 to 9 out of 10. What do you think, Dom?
I'm definitely gonna give this a 9 out of 10. To your point, Sean, I do think he's talking about how he could be the problem, he couldn't be the problem, or how other people are the problem, and then he's the problem. But I think he's more talking about himself than he is talking about other people in this song, because of the fact that most of his songs are about his mental state, and even before his fame, I'm
Yeah.
sure he struggled with the same things he struggles with now.
Just
Maybe
worse
it's
now.
just highlighted more or worse now, like Sean just said, because he's in the spotlight and he's got this pressure on him to succeed and be great, which he was doing phenomenally. But even the greatest of the greats can struggle with things. I mean, if you want to take an example, look at Dave Mirra, one of the greatest BMXers ever, who struggled with depression his whole life, which ended up taking his life. So it's definitely something that should be talked about more and should be brought up more. And he does a good job of portraying, hey, even your greatest, even the people you look up to, they struggle also. So he definitely portrays always. He definitely always portrays a good message that celebrities aren't perfect, and just because I'm your role model doesn't mean I'm the perfect person. So all in all, 9 out of 10. That was a good song. Thought it could be a little bit better, but definitely a
Yeah.
fire song.
Faxarino. Luke?
Like I was telling you, I really do feel like this song is really about himself and other people, mostly himself, like Nam was saying. And like I was saying before to you, it seems like he's really talking about relationships on the road and in the music world and life in general. Due to his touring, I feel like it's difficult to maintain relationships. I feel like it's really difficult to keep going on because it could really stress you out being on the road, really cause wear and tear, and it's definitely hard um, emotionally and just about everything else. And I feel like that's really what inspired this song as well, because sometimes you could take it out on other people and you don't really mean to, and it can cause heavy damage in the relationship, no matter if it's dating relationship or friendship in general. Yeah, I feel like that's really what he's preaching on in this song. But overall, I'd give this a 10 out of 10 because harmony wise, it was great. I love the harmonies. Overall, vocal was very smooth and um, very simple, very simple. And I'm glad he talked about this song because I hate how a lot of rappers automatically want to put the blame on someone else. A lot of the time they just love like to throw the blame around, but they never really are humble enough to say, I'm not saying all rappers here, but a lot of them are just like, oh, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. But he takes some of the blame here for some of the problems that he's faced. And I'm glad that he did that because you don't see that a whole lot in the rapping world. You don't see that a whole lot. So I like it. I like how he did that. And yeah, I give this a 10 out of 10. The beat was great as well.
Joseph?
Yeah, I definitely agreed to what all you guys says. But on the Genius page, it says this: on Screw Juice, Chicago native Juice WRLD sings a slow-moving track about his difficulties with love, dropping references to drugs and cuts. Juice continues the theme of Legends Never Die to show how he's stronger without his haters. Is what this song's
I
about.
see.
So,
Got it.
so
Yeah.
I like Luke was saying, simple, harmonizing, but simple but good. So I like it was not too overcomplicated. Lyrics are there that's really cool. There's like little parts where I liked. Let's saying like the hit him with the ooh la la, like some like stuff like that, like just little things like
It was
ad libs
like-
kind of like that were really, yeah, like they were like really cool on the song, and I enjoyed it. This one's gonna stay on the playlist. It's just a good Juice WRLD song. It's kind of those ones where it's kind of in the middle of the album and it's just good. It's just solid. It's just kind of that like that Juice WRLD vibe that you just kind of need sometimes of being sad. But I like how he's dealing with like the inner conflict of himself in some of these bars, but mostly how he's just I'm
Yeah.
staying strong, and which is really good. I really liked it. 10 for 10 for me, staying on playlist. Was gonna say anything else? No, that's it.
Next one, Up, Up, and Away, one of the most popular and biggest leaks. And then after that,